Hello and welcome to my new video. This morning I'm out at Loch Kinord, which is in between Dinnet and Ballater in the Royal Deeside area. I was here last Saturday afternoon with my mate Jason. We were checking out a couple of places here where I am just now, which is on the loch side, and also another location called Formatt. So we didn't quite get the light that we were looking for then, but it was good for scouting. So I came back this morning in the hope that we would get some better weather. Sunrise is not as I expected from the forecast. It's far more overcast, although in saying that, we're now starting to get a bit of an orange glow in the east, and I've just been sort of wandering around having a look for a composition. At the moment I've found one on the path as it runs through the trees. So I'm going to have a look and see if I can get anything from this, and we'll continue to have a look around and see how the light develops. Although, yeah, there's more cloud. There is colour in the sky, but it's not what I was looking for, and down here it's not doing much. But in saying that, we'll give this one a shot, and then we'll move on and see how things go from there. Just forget everything I just said about the weather not being that good. That's the sun up, and it's really rather nice. When we were here last week, this whole loch was frozen solid. At the edge, I checked it and it was about 3/4 of an inch. Today, with the thaw that we've just had over the last week, the edges are no longer frozen, but we do have frozen water further out, and I've just sort of reacted to what's been going on, because I was trying to get a photograph looking down a path and it wasn't quite working, and I saw that the sun was appearing. I've got a channel down out through the frozen water, and it's sort of snaking its way across the surface, and then you've got the sun coming up in the background. Now the sun's quite a bit higher now. In fact, I think I'll maybe go and see if I can quickly change location again and get something else, because there's a wee island just over behind me here. But I got something just as the sun came above the hills, so I'm quite pleased with that. We'll see what it's like when we get back. But I think I'm maybe going to scoot round and see if I can find something else just now, because it's this is what I was hoping for from the forecast, so fingers crossed I can actually make something of it. I was kind of hoping it would still have a completely frozen loch, but you can't have everything, so let's see if we can find something else to take a photo of this morning. I've moved around the loch a bit, round to sort of more the northern area, because when we were here last Saturday, the way we walked back out, I saw an area with some bulrushes that are still standing. They're looking a bit worse for wear, admittedly, but I kind of wanted to come back and see, and I thought that with the light that we just had sort of 5-10 minutes ago, that it might have stayed, but the cloud cover that seemed initially to stop any sort of sunrises is where the sun's gone into now. So I'm kind of just looking at locations now. I'm here. Don't know whether the microphone's picking that up or not, but there's a swan just passed up there. So yeah, I'm just having a wee look at locations, just for reference if I decide to come back again on another morning where it might be. I'm thinking here that the loch's still completely frozen, so it obviously doesn't get an awful lot of light, so it's maybe not the best place at this particular point in time. However, it might be quite a nice sunset location, because the sun sets sort of just off to the camera right at this time of year, so you would have light into this sort of area. As I said, when we were here last week, we were also at another bit, Formatt. It's the same car park to come around the loch, to walk around the loch, or you can walk up to the Formatt, and it's a burn or stream, if you're not from Scotland, that flows through a sort of rock formation. So anyway, I did a bit of filming. My mate Jason, as he was checking out a few sort of angles with his camera. I didn't take any shots, so I will let that run now so you can see it, because it will be far easier to understand what I'm talking about than me trying to describe it. Well, found a composition. My initial thoughts were that I would sort of go to f4 on the lens and just focus on one of the bulrushes, just because I kind of quite like doing that, although it's not detail work, but it's picking a subject out. The sky started to break up a bit as well, so at the moment I'm f4 in about a 30th of a second. Quite watery or weak light, but it's light nonetheless, and it's lighting up parts of the hillside behind. Sometimes, yeah, faffing about and not knowing what you're doing, suddenly things come together a little bit, so I'm happy enough with my composition. Got the edge of the loch coming in and curving round. We've got some old well moss and lichen covered trees just off to the right. And then we've got the light in the background lighting up the reeds and rushes that are in the distance, as well as a bit of colour, sort of a purple colour from the birches that are dotted in amongst the evergreens on the hillside. It's always a challenge when I get out and the conditions aren't always maybe what I wanted, but it's been nice to get out again this morning. It's been a couple of weeks, so yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. If you're watching my channel for the first time and you haven't already done so, it'd be great if you could subscribe. That way you get to know of the new videos. At this moment in time it tends to be every fortnight, but that's just because it's just life. It's just all I can manage at this moment in time. Thanks for watching. If you get any comments or whatever, you like to ask any questions, please leave them in the section down below here, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.